it with the two-point conversion. So now a field goal at any point here early in the second half gives you the lead, and Toledo gets the ball first to start the second half. So those points are huge.
Squib kick. And it's fielded by Luke Bolden. 5 seconds left in the half. You're watching the MAC Championship as part of Dr. Pepper Championship Week. Got the Big 12 Championship going on. Texas and Oklahoma State. ACC later tonight. Florida State, Louisville, Washington won the Pac-12 yesterday, knocking off Oregon. Huskies punching their ticket to the college football playoff. Avion Smith takes a knee to send us into halftime. Toledo gets on the board in the final 10 seconds of the first half, but it's Miami with a 10-8 lead. Time now for the Lexus halftime report. Joey Galloway, Dan Mullen, and Matt Berry standing by.
Anish, thank you. Happy Championship Saturday and welcome into the Lexus halftime report. We're going to head out to Arlington, America. Texas, Oklahoma State, Big 12 championship game. It has been all Texas early. Trick play here to Jatavion Sanders, 14-0 Longhorns.
Yeah, and what a great play call early in the game. Usually see this stuff a little bit later, maybe in the second half, but Texas breaking it out early.
This is the play of the day so far. A thick 6 from Defensive Player of the Year, T'Vondre Sweat.
You talk about getting the plays in early with the Heisman post, the big D lineman, 6'4", 362 athlete.
CJ back, 28-7. This is a good old-fashioned Texas beat.
Yeah, Texas has over 400 yards of total offense in the first half.
Now, Oklahoma State, to their credit, staying in this one, picks off Quinn Ewers here. A mistake out of him, gets it inside the 10.
Well, he's had a huge first half, but this was a bad mistake. Middle linebacker just sitting right in the middle of the field, hit him right in the chest.
Alan Bowman to Rashad Owens to make it 28-14.
Needless to say, Oklahoma State desperately needed that interception to stay in this game because it looked like it's going to be a blowout.
But Texas always had an answer. We had one every time in this game. If Oklahoma State would do something, Jaden Blue there, 35-14, the final, not the final, the first half. It was final last night in Vegas, Oregon and Washington, final Pac-12 game ever. Michael Penix to Jalen Polk. What a grab. Washington nursing a 3-point lead, and then Penix to Quentin Moore to make it 34-24.
Huge score. That was only a second catch of the season, but a big one for Washington.
So it was getting late for Oregon. They had to score quick, and they did just that. Bo Nix to the Alabama transfer, Trayshawn Holden.
Yeah, but not just score. Now they need to get the ball back, onside kick. Bo Nix, 239 yards, 3 TDs in this game. This is bad tackling on the back end by Washington, but great run, great touchdown.
And with this game, Coach, Washington really just take a look. They had to review it. They called him out the telecast, and then they reviewed it. He stays in bounds. Good job tightrope in there to make this a game. But Washington, what they did throughout the night, Coach, they relied on Dylan Johnson. They relied on the offensive line.
And that's what you look at Washington, you think of the wide receivers. But Dylan Johnson, over 1,000 yards rushing on the season, able to finish off the game with the offensive line, with the running game.
Washington, most wins in school history, 3rd Pac-12 team to win 13 games undefeated for the first time since 1991. And with that, welcome, as Boys to Men once said, it is the end of the road. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway.
I think if I was Johnson, I'd have tried to score that last one.
I know, you're a big me guy.
And the coach is like, get down, we're taking a knee, get down.
There's Smart and there's Joey.
Might be his last
the players and the coaches right there. The coaches are screaming to get down. The players are trying to
He's got a college football playoff coming to him.
Well, I'm talking about in the Pac-12 championship game.
Coach, on the Pac-12 championship game, what'd you see?
Well, their wide receivers at Washington are what makes a difference. And it's not one, it's not two, it's all three. And that's what makes them such a special team. And when they have all three guys, you have Roma Dunze, you have Jalen Polk, both over 1,000 yards receiving. Jalen McMillan's been banged up a lot of the season, but when you throw him back in the mix with that group, That makes them so dangerous as a team because you can take one guy away defensively. Sometimes you can take two, but you can't take all three, and that's what you saw last night is all three of them just lighting it up.
Everyone came into this game with Oregon a 10-point favorite, thinking they would get the revenge and punch their ticket to the college football playoff. It is, in fact, Washington who will be in. Other side of this, back to the BCS era with Texas. Style points needed for the Longhorns in the Big Ten, and they're getting them early.
Early on, Texas has given us exactly what we all hoped for, is a crazy Saturday. So the question mark is, if Texas blows out Oklahoma State, they already have a win against Alabama. Let's just say Florida State wins in a close game with maybe their third quarterback. Ohio State sitting at 6. Oregon will move out of there. They were at 5. Can Texas jump in there and replace Florida State at number 4? They'll go past Ohio State if they get this win. So early on, it's just one half of football. But Texas is doing exactly what we needed them to do to put this committee in a position to judge between a Texas team that just blew out Oklahoma State and a Florida State team, and we'll wait to see what they do later on against Louisville. But early on, this looks like a lot of fun.
And a lot of it's going to sort itself out throughout the day. But you want to take care of your business. That's exactly what Texas is doing in this game because I agree with you. They're jumping Ohio State already. So and Oregon's gone. So right now, after this game, you're looking Texas probably at 5, depending on that SEC championship.
There you go. The chaos starts tonight, or this afternoon, rather, with Alabama. If they beat Georgia, what's the committee going to do there? Florida State, Louisville also coming up. You've been wanting it. You've been waiting for it. He complained about it last week. We give Joey an iPad to break down the SEC championship coming up next.
This halftime report is presented by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Give the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium from Boost Infinite and share the endless delight of the latest iPhone, year after year after year. Give the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium. Boost Infinite.
To give your teeth a dentist clean feeling, start with a round brush head, add power, and you've got Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth to remove 100% more plaque for a superior clean. Oral-B, brush like a pro.
First wash since I bought it. Still can't believe this thing is yours. No. Navy Federal Credit Union gave me such an affordable car loan, the rest was easy. I mean, I can't imagine where I'd be without them.
Get me in there!
I'm gonna check the windows. Yeah, good idea.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMAX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work so you can focus on the present. And from where we sit, the future still feels good. Right now, get a free LMAX cooling, heating, and massage unit, plus 10% off our new commercial-grade standing desk and accessories when you buy a new X-Chair.
You're watching the Lexus Halftime Report.
Like a good election night scenario, we're keeping our eye on Fulton County for drama in the college football playoff because Alabama and Georgia meeting 4 p.m. Eastern. Georgia the favorite. 4th time these two teams have met in the SEC championship game. My question to you, Joey, How many times has Georgia beaten Alabama in those 4 SEC championships?
I'm going to guess 2.
0.
0. That's what I meant to guess.
Yeah, I mean, they send you the game notes.
Yeah, I don't read that mess.
Yeah. Going into this one.
It's going to be really interesting because the recipes of how to beat Georgia. And one of those recipes is you want to have an athletic quarterback make plays with his legs, but more importantly, a quarterback that can get the ball down the field in one-on-one shots because Georgia's going to try to stop the run. When you have Jalen Milroe, you have got to keep your eyes on him. When you have to keep your eyes on the quarterback, there are deep shots available. When you have guys like Isaiah Bond and Jermaine Burton, and you watch Alabama this year, what they do well, they run the ball. Right, Jalen Milroe can beat you with his legs scrambling, but they take deep shots down the field, and that's how you can beat Georgia.
Kirby Smart took a deep shot this week, saying Jalen Milroe a better, more physical runner than Tim Tebow back in the day. That probably got you.
I don't know more physical all the time, but certainly much faster.
Bigger kid. All right, defensively, Georgia, big moment. What can they do to get in the hair of Alabama?
So when you're talking about Jalen Milroe and his ability to run the ball, I went back through their schedule to try to find an athletic quarterback. Came with Jackson Dart. Now, not exactly the same, but they had to play a kind of defense that would keep Jackson Dart in the pocket, which is here's Jackson Dart, here's your linebacker Smile Munden on the back end, and his sole job here, the only thing he has to do is keep his eyes on the quarterback on the back end. They're going to play zone. So watch what Smile Munden does here. He's watching Jackson Dart. I might as well come. They only rush 3, and then he brings it in.
Welch. Smith only 3 of 7 passing, 51 yards. He's only completed 10 or more passes in a game once this season. That was last time out. Off a low snap. Smith looking to run. Nowhere to go. That's Darius Alexander. Remember, this Toledo front missing its best player, Judge Culpepper, who was ejected for targeting in the first half.
Yeah, throw in DeAndre Rajan as well in there, helping out on that play. Looked like Smith came back, I mean, in a hurry, in an ugly manner.
Culpepper, first team All-MAC, team's top sack artist.
3 quarters, he's got to sit out.
Third and 9. Smith moving the pocket, looking for the edge. Kent brings him down in space. It's 4th down, and Nicholson will come on for a field goal try.
Well, we see why Dallas Cann leads the team. This Toledo defense in tackles. It's a really good player. Just long, athletic at 6'3", 230.
.40-yard kick for Graham Nicholson, a finalist for the Groza Award. Like clockwork, he is a perfect 25 of 25.
A sense of peace because she's always been there for him since the jump, and she's the family's rock. And going through cancer, having 5 kids, showed all of them what strength really looks like. And her take it to the house chant, it's so cool, and hopefully we'll see it today if Rashad hits the back of the end zone. And Rashad said she's been doing that since he's 8 years old playing youth ball.
Take it to the house.
She does that even when he's only picking up 4 yards. And it is B week, so we honor Jim Valvano by supporting the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Jimmy V's message of don't give up, don't ever give up means more than ever before. So we come together with the shared mission to accelerate victory over cancer and save lives. If you're able, please support the critical work of the V Foundation by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing and life-saving cancer research. Penny Boone on first down. That's his best run of the game. That's the Penny Boone we didn't see in the first half, the gain of 8. Well, that first half, he only had 6 carries for 14 yards.
You didn't see it because Miami's defense was too busy bottling up Penny Boone. making it tough to see runs like that.
Boone is split wide, and this could be a shot play on 2nd down and 2. Now he rejoins. Finn in the backfield. The Detroit natives back in the belly of Boone. And he drags Brian Ugu for a 1st down.
This is the right sign for this Toledo offense, because you're hoping just to get this running game started with Boone. You're getting some consistency in what you're doing offensively in terms of moving the ball and picking up 1st downs.
No stranger to 2nd half comebacks either. DeQuan Finn, the quarterback, MVP of the MAC. Penny Boone, MAC Offensive Player of the Year. Downfield for Vander Ross. One-on-one. He makes the catch. Took it away from the safety Warren. 1st down, Toledo.
Jaquez Warren can't believe that Vander Ross just made that catch. What a nice job by Finn, manipulating the pocket, stepping up and making a heck of a throw. And well, he was saved on the back end of that one by Vander Ross, because that's not an easy catch to make.
A gain of 44. Finn wants 6 to the end zone. Incomplete. Broken up by Silas Walters, but we get a flag.
Try to go back to Vander Ross again. Going back to the well one more time. I'm going to get Walters there for pass interference. And just like that, that's what kicking field goals and scoring touchdowns, that's the difference. In position to take the lead here.
Pass interference.
Toledo.
Defense, number 29. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
I saw it, but at the very end, he's got that right arm just kind of riding Vander Ross. A little tug of the jersey.
That's what got him.
That's what did it. Couldn't see it from the other look, but you get that when you certainly see it, and you use it to actually elevate and propel yourself up to get your left hand on the football.
And the official right there.
Yeah, it's a good call.
8 penalties against Miami. Two tight ends into the game. Penny Boone, who's got 15 rushing touchdowns, as the running back. Finn keeps it, angles in. Toledo takes its 1st lead of this MAC championship.
The unselfish block of Penny Boone. He just gets a little bit of a chip on Strader, the corner. And that's what allowed Finn to turn himself up and get in the end zone. After the play fake, little chip on Strader, that gets Finn into the end zone.
And Toledo will go for 2 to make this a 3-point game. They went for 2 on their first score because of a penalty on Miami on what was a bad snap, or a bad hold on the point after snap. And after the penalty, Toledo decided to go for 2. They went to the tight end Torres last time. Newton in motion. Finn rolls to his right. Flag down. Throws toward the end zone. It is caught. The conversion looks to be good if it stands.
He never gave a signal.
I guess they're going to say he went out of bounds inside the 1, so the conversion is no good. We'll look at that either way if it's close.
I think it's 2 guys in motion. I'm not sure that Newton ever.
Illegal formation.
Yeah.
Offense. 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. The trial be from the 8.
Now, do you try it or do you just kick?
I think you kick it. Just kick the extra point here.
Finn is still out there.
He's coming off, and
now
comes the kicker. Yep.
Now they've had issues here. 1 field goal was blocked on the point after attempt at the end of the first half. Gleason, the holder, had trouble with the snap. Luke Pollock to make this a 2-point game. Began his career at Kent State, then Montana State. 3rd stop, Toledo. Gets this one off. And no good.
Force a missed extra point.
Here is Mosey. Turbines his way to the 25. More conference championships today over on ABC. AAC title game. SMU and Tulane both went undefeated in the American this year. And then in Charlotte, ACC championship. Number 14 Louisville lost to Kentucky last time out. Florida State without its starting quarterback Jordan Travis, likely without its number 2 quarterback in the hunt for a playoff spot. Chuck Martin was heated at the officials, and we were trying to piece it together before we had to go to break quickly. After that missed PAT, it's all moot, but you think about that last sequence, there was never really a clear signal whether the 2-point conversion was successful. You had the penalty, and Miami didn't decline the penalty. As Smith throws incomplete, 2nd and 10. And so there was no declined penalty. Toledo attempts the point after. They end up missing anyway, so it's a moot point. But that seemed to be maybe Chuck Martin's frustration. Right. Miami kept the opportunity to decline the penalty. Was that option put on the table in that spot?
Exactly.
Because that's the easy call. If, again, the receiver was not in the end zone.
I guarantee you he's turning the page now, and with that, especially with a missed extra point, and now trying to figure out how, after totally what seems like dominating this game, he finds himself down by 1 point.
Offensively, they have not had much going, with the exception of the last drive. Wide open Bolden. There's a big play. The way this offense is functioning right now, it's almost like an option offense. They're going to try to run the football and hit you with big plays through the air.
And it's working. It's actually working. And what Toledo told us was that they could not give up explosive plays. Forced turnovers. They haven't been able to do that. Can't allow explosive plays and then be solid in the red zone. They've somewhat been okay when Miami's gotten in the red zone, forcing field goals. But they have given up explosives to put Miami closer to the red zone.
The longest catch of the season for Bolden.
Got 5.
On the ground. Gain of a couple. So how about this? The 2 big plays through the air. 32 yards to Amos. He had 4 catches for 3 yards entering the game. Bolden, who just picked up 40 through the air, had 2 catches for 20 yards all season entering the game.
One guy setting season's best with 1 play.
Those 2 downfield, not in the passing, or not in the scouting report.
Now they're already in field goal range for Graham Nicholson.
Design quarterback run. Bolden with the block. And the ankle tackle made by Daniel Bolden, Luke's cousin.
And gentlemen, Chuck Martin told me at halftime he thought there was opportunities for big plays. And keep in mind, Avion Smith threw a huge pass in that second quarter that was brought back because of a foul.
When you run the quarterback like as much as Miami, Carton, especially when they're doing it now with Avion Smith, well, you're going to have some big plays.
Yeah, that's a little bit of rope-a-dope, right?
Yeah, and safeties are going to have to come up to defend him, and that's going to leave some guys running open in the back of your secondary.
Lagerdan in motion. Toledo all over the mesh point. Dallas can't.
They sold out and blitzed everybody. Everybody was in the box. They had 3 defenders in pass protection. Nobody in the middle of the field. Just an all-out 0 blitz. And they are able to get home and force this Graham Nicholson field goal attempt. Just a bunch of blue jerseys around the line of scrimmage there.
A 48-yarders indoors for the lead for Nicholson, who's perfect on the season. And he misses for the first time. And this tomorrow, college football playoff field and all the bowl matchups will be revealed. Toledo has scored on 2 of its last 3 possessions. Penny Boone trying to get to the edge, and he is met by a riptide of white shirts led by Ty Wise.
Yeah, they have decided that they are not going to allow Penny Boone any room in which to maneuver today. That big body at 6'1", 242, and some change maybe. Not going to allow him to get started.
Only 27 yards today. He's got 8 100-yard games on the season. Finn under pressure. Gets rid of it as he's hit. It is ruled incomplete. Ty Wise again giving chase.
But it was Austin Ertl who forced, actually it was Caden Waller who forced him out of the pocket right away. And Wise is there to kind of clean things up. But you're going to have a good defense. You better have a couple of linebackers that can run and are willing tacklers. And Ty Wise and Matt Salapak are two really good ones in the MAC.
2 of the top 5 tacklers in the conference. Toledo on 3rd down, 3 for 8. Finn, downfield for Zyros. Too much, 4th down.
Dress with Strader. Told us he gets targeted because McKee on the other side, nobody messes with him, but Strader has held his own in this game.
Thomas Zyros, sophomore, had just 1 catch for 3 yards all season. The kick game has been an adventure for Toledo, punting and place kicking. Clean snap for Duran. Fair catch made by McDonald. And again, Miami will start in front of its plus 35. A 33-yard kick. This Red Hawks defense has come as advertised.
They have tackled well in space in the open field. They have harassed Finn and turned him over 1 time already. Again, the tackling. One-on-one. If they're in space, they usually get, or they have gotten the ball carrier down. Just harassing this Toledo offense all game long. Yet Toledo has a 1-point lead.
Part of that is Toledo's defense, as we've said many times today. One of the best in the MAC. And they have more than held their own as well. To the 40-yard line is Amos. And Andre, one of the names we haven't called is Quinyon Mitchell. And when you have a quarterback and you don't call his name, what does that tell you?
That he's respected. That's for sure. And he is a Sunday player and a good-looking player when you turn the film on.
There is an injured Rocket right at the 40-yard line.
Mitchell has the size, number 9 cornerback on Mel Kiper's big board, but he has the size and speed. He is a Sunday player in their lockdown corner.
DeAndre Reagan is the injured Toledo Rocket. And to your point on Mitchell, if you look at recent history, since 2019, Toledo's put some DBs in the NFL. You had Kadar Holman, Tyson Anderson, Sam Womack, and Mitchell, Jason Candle telling us, might be a 2nd, 3rd round pick. He's got a chance to be the first Toledo player to get a Senior Bowl invite.
Some serious talent right there. The guys that were drafted right there.
So Reagan exits. Judge Culpepper already out on that D-line due to targeting. Avion Smith will keep it. 3rd down.
You know, you guys were talking about the NFL and the Toledo Rockets, and Jason Campbell and his staff have done an amazing job developing players. You know, not the 4 and 5 stars, but you look at the last 8 years, 9 players drafted, 17 players on active rosters. I mean, that is coaching, that is developing, and that is maxing your potential out.
And Andre, it says something. So many of these guys, after a MAC championship last year, could have hit the portal, gone to play in a Power 5. They came back to run it back.
Yep, came back to run it back, and they recognize that they're in a good situation with Jason Candle and his Toledo program.
Out of an empty set. Smith again, downfield, good coverage. Incomplete, 4th down. Maybe Roquan Smith 4 for 10 passing. Wanted Kevin Davis with Maxon Hook, the safety.
And decided to challenge Quinyon Mitchell a little bit on that side of the field, and he was step for step with the intended receiver. Miami again knowing who they are. As most teams would entertain and at least think about going for it in this area of the field. Not this Miami team. They're going to punt it and play defense. Old school way.
This is a team that has punted when inside the opponent's 40. Fair catch made inside the 10. Long way to go for Toledo, but they lead by 1. Kick off your Week 13 NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew at a special time of 9 a.m. Eastern. Why revenge is on the minds of the 49ers in their big NFC matchup with the Eagles. Conference championship rematch from a season ago. Plus, just hours before the college football playoff teams are revealed, how NFL players stay true to their schools. And the Monday night game, Bengals and Jaguars. Cincinnati floundering a bit without Joe Burrow. You saw Jacksonville up close last week.
Good football team. You talk Kansas City, you're not very far from putting Jacksonville's name in that conversation.
Matt Salopek takes down Stewart, no gain.
They had 13 tackles in the last game against Ball State. Got to be approaching double digits at least in this one, but that's how you do it. That's textbook, and how to read it, how to tackle, and how to finish a tackle.
At a season high 18 when Miami beat Cincinnati. Finn has to check down. His running back Boone, a gain of 5. It's 3rd down, and these become the tipping point plays, especially in a contest where field position is so critical.
And it's the other guy, the other linebacker, Ty Wise. We just talked about that. Being able to tackle, finish, and run.
Bad snap. Finn able to recover. Can he make something on a broken play? Down the sideline, nearly picked. It's incomplete. Wise that time in coverage, and it's 4th down.